To love how YouTube goes live before anything else. Come on, LinkedIn. Come on. There he is. I go live on there. Go live on there. And I think, with my rather strange looking hair today, that we are good. So that's YouTube working. Facebook working. Let's check the sound. Ah, get back up there. Right, Facebook sound working. YouTube sound working. LinkedIn being slow. Come on, LinkedIn. Come on. You know you want to. Do. Anyway, well done to anyone who is watching this live at any point this evening, because I am more than well aware that England are playing now against Argentina. I dislike football. I do not judge anyone who likes the sport because you are entitled to, but I personally don't. But yeah, it's my country, or half my country. I'm half English, half Scottish. So I hope they do well. I hope they do their best, and whatever the outcome will be whatever the outcome is. Still waiting on LinkedIn to actually go live. Might have to just get on with it anyway. Because it's being slow. But hey, so while that sorts itself out, and while I try and work out what this thing is that's stuck in my eye, come on. Welcome to What Matters Wednesday. So these are our weekly, still in my, sorry. These are my weekly lives where I discuss all things time and how time can't be managed and give you some tips and hints and techniques that you can use in place of the traditional, get my words out, time management things that we all get told to do. Because as I said, time cannot be managed. It's like trying to manage a kilometer. It is what it is. A minute is a minute. A second is a second. It doesn't matter what language you speak. Oh, there we go. LinkedIn is working, so let's turn that sound off. There we go. Yeah, a minute is a minute. A second is a second. An hour is an hour. It will pass regardless. It might also pass really slow for one person while it passes really quickly for someone else. Still the same minute. It's just your perception of that minute or hour or second or day or decade or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how long that section of time is, you can't manage it. Because it's like trying to manage a kilometer, like I said, or a milliliter or a millimeter. Time is a measurement. It's plain and simple. You cannot change it or extend it or steal it or buy it or throw it away or whatever. We all have all the time there is. And that is what these sessions are about. Because it's hump day, it's Wednesday. And I know, obviously, like I've said, in England today and probably Argentina and most of the places across the world right now, there are lots of people using their time to watch however many guys kick around a leather ball. And that's awesome because it brings people together. There are other people who are not going to sit and watch that because they just don't enjoy it. And hence why I'm still doing this at my 8 o'clock slot tonight. But it's what you choose to do with your time that makes the difference to your life. And when you start realizing that it's your choice of what to do with your time, but not your choice to dictate how long time lasts, life starts getting a little bit easier. Okay, so hump day for most people is, yay, it's Wednesday. We're closer to the weekend than we were the rest of the week so far. And productivity dips a little bit in some cases. Some people start putting stuff off. Oh, that can wait till Monday. Can wait till Monday. All that does is create a very busy Monday. So what I want to be doing with these sessions is showing you tips and tricks that you can use to be just as productive on Thursday and Friday as you are on Monday and Tuesday without having all the stress of your Monday. Okay? So this week, our topic is looking at what actually matters this week. And it's a very interesting topic because most people are busy. Just checking that's all working. Yeah, most people are busy. Everything feels important, but not everything is equally important. So I want to introduce you to something this week called the Eisenhower matrix. Okay. I should have probably bought a little board. Let's turn this on. I'll throw my pen at myself. And I will show you because it's so much easier to understand it when it's visually on the screen. Okay, so just let me grab a nice blank page. Put that on there. Nice thick letters. Good, good, good. Okay. Ta-da. So the Eisenhower matrix is basically a grid. Okay, looks like that. Going up one side is importance. And along the other side is urgency. Okay, not great writing style, but you get the idea. So importance and urgency. All right. So when you are looking at the things you need to do in your week, you can rank them based on how urgent they are and how important they are. And that's what the Eisenhower matrix is for. So for example, if you've got something that goes up in this box that is very important and very urgent, that should be one of the highest priority things that you do today or tomorrow or whenever it is that you're doing it. Okay. If something is important but not urgent, okay, you can schedule it. So I'm going to write schedule in there. Okay. So you've got your do now and your schedule. If something is urgent but not important, so it needs to be done, but it's not important that you personally get it done, do this word that a lot of people, especially business owners, do not like to do. Delegate it. Okay? You can delegate it. And if it is not important and not urgent, do like the Cybermen do and delete it. Delete, delete. Okay? So this is the Eisenhower matrix. So if something is, if you look at your to-do list or your get-done list, whatever it is that you call it, and you prioritize it based on whether it's important and whether it's urgent. If something is urgent and important, do it now. Do it first. If it's important but not urgent, maybe it's an important report, but its deadline is another 3 weeks away, schedule it to get it done another day. If it is not really that important, but urgent, so it needs doing, delegate it. Give it to someone else to do. Tell them it's urgent, but it's not important that you do it. And if it's not urgent and it's not important, get rid of it. Okay? So when you look at your to-do list and you have prioritized or scheduled or done all of these things, decided how important or how urgent each one of those things on your to-do list is, then you can prioritize your time for that day or that week. Okay? So you write your list of things that you need to do. You know which ones are urgent. You know which ones are important. You've now got a list of things that you need to do now, right now. So for a salesman, it could be follow up with some leads, do some reach out, do some cold calls, whatever it is. Those are your priorities. Those are the things you have to do now because they're important to move your business forward or your life forward, whatever it is. And they are urgent. So they need doing right now. So then you prioritize those things. Okay. And then you just get on with them. All right. So you start with the most important and the most urgent thing. If that takes you all day to complete and you do nothing else, what's the problem? Because it's the most important and the most urgent, as long as that thing gets done, it doesn't matter if you do anything else for the rest of the day. If you get 2 things done, brilliant. If you spend all day doing the not urgent, not important stuff that could really be deleted or done by somebody else or done another day, you're going to end the day feeling like you've just been busy, but you haven't moved forward because you haven't prioritized the thing or things that will make the biggest difference to your career, your business, your life, whatever it is. Okay? There's that really famous quote that just popped into my head. I think it was Elon Musk or someone like that said that we will rush to find a charger for our phone when it's dying, but we won't prioritize our own self-care. If your self-care and your battery boosting, because if you think of yourself as a battery, if your battery is depleted, doesn't matter how urgent or how important that thing is on your list, it will not be done to your best ability. So spending 5 minutes just boosting yourself, quick dance around the car, the kitchen, wherever you are, quick blast of nice high beat music, a coffee, a quick nap, a yoga session, a walk around the block, fuss of the dog, whatever it is that gives you that little, oh, yes, let's go. Do that before you start your most important, most urgent job. Because like a battery, if you think about when you used to do in school, I know they do it in the UK, I don't know if they do it anywhere else, the crocodile clips, where you had the battery and the bulb and you had to line up the crocodile clips to turn the battery on or turn the bulb on using the battery. If that battery is depleted or doesn't have a lot of charge or is dead, that bulb will never light up. And you are the same. You are the battery. And it comes down to the same thing when you look about multitasking. So you might have 3 or 4 things that you have to do, but if you're jumping from one to the other, to the other, to the other, answering the phone, answering emails, sorting out something else in the office, the doorbell rings, doing the washing up, whatever it is, doing all that multitasking, each time you switch jobs, think of it like you're adding another battery to that bulb, to another bulb to that battery. And the more bulbs you add to that battery, whether you add them in series or parallel is irrelevant, but the more bulbs you add, the dimmer each of those bulbs will get. Until eventually, none of them are lit because you are drawing too much power from a battery that has not got enough energy to sustain all of those bulbs. So when you're thinking about your priorities and your Eisenhower matrix and your to-do list, make sure that you are also prioritizing your own energy. Because if you don't have the energy in the first place, that job ain't going to get done very well anyway. Okay, so top tip for this week, or first tip for this week, look at your to-do list, write everything down that you need to get done, sort them out using the Eisenhower matrix. Remember, if it's urgent and important, it's a priority. You do it now. You can even prioritize these because something will be more important than something else. If it is important but not urgent, schedule it to get it done another day or after you've done these. If it is urgent but not important, delegate it to someone else or something else. And if it's not urgent and it's not important, get rid of it off your to-do list. There is no point in doing it if it's not urgent and it's not important. Okay? Then you prioritize the things you need to get done first. Okay? So, and when you've prioritized them, focus on one at a time. So you're not spreading your energy across 100 different things. You're just doing the one thing. And that one thing will get done a lot quicker and a lot more effectively. Okay? You are choosing the things that will make the biggest difference. All right? So have a think while we sit here. I'm not going to do a massively long session tonight because I'm melting. In the UK, it is way too hot. And obviously, I am fully aware that there are not very many people on here live with me because of the England match or Argentina match, depending on which camp you sit in. I'm really not looking forward to the final on Sunday night because my whole street goes nuts. But hey, good for them. It's awesome. But have a think. The question I want you to leave here today is, what are the 1 to 3 things that would make this week feel worthwhile? So the 1 to 3 things, 1, 2, or 3 things that if you got done this week, that it would make you feel this was a good week. I was productive. I was effective. I moved the needle. I made the difference. What are those things? For me, this week, it has been to attend a connector event, helping people to save some money on their household bills and also earn a little bit extra with Utility Warehouse. So I've entered a few people into winning a 20K, which is a £20,000 draw. Anyone can enter in the UK. Just drop me a message if you're interested. Okay. My other thing that would really move the needle this week was getting all of my content done for next week, because I schedule a week in advance. I have a batch session on a Monday, which sometimes rolls into a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday or whenever. And it has rolled this week. I still have 3 pieces of content to do for my utility warehouse stuff. That moves the needle in my business, because when I spend a couple of hours or 3 hours this week getting content posted and scheduled for next week, it frees my brain for the rest of the week, which then has meant that this week I've been able to go for a sea swim. I have been to 5, I think, networking events, which have all been absolutely awesome. I've been to a sales training session this morning up at Borringdon with Sales Geek. They were awesome. But I've been able to focus and be in the room with those things because the job I needed to do was done. So I'm able to network. I'm building relationships, know, like, and trust, and all of that stuff. Getting my face out there, seeing people, speaking to people, helping people to understand this, that time can't be managed. And when people start realizing that time is not the thing they manage, life gets a whole lot smoother, because you stop trying to control something you can't control, which then leads to stress. And you can actually focus on the things that you can control, what you do with your time, your priorities, that dreaded to-do list. I'll cover get done list in a little bit more detail another week. But by sorting out your to-do list in the Eisenhower matrix and then prioritizing it, life becomes that little bit clearer. Okay, and there are so many other tips that I'm going to cover on other sessions. Okay, and now I would normally do a little Q&A. So if there is anybody on here live with me, welcome, thank you. And if you do have any questions, feel free to whack them in the comments, and I will answer them live. Or if I don't get to them, or it's a long question, or you don't want to put them in the chat, I will get back to them when I am able to. Okay, so you can always drop me a message at any time, especially if you're watching this on the recording. And again, I thank you. Just knowing that this message is getting out to people is enough. Because this is a generational paradigm that I'm trying to change. And what does that mean? That basically means it's an imprinted, almost like a computer program, I guess, that's been printed into our brain that time is ours to manage. And if we're not using it effectively, then it's on us. So if we're not running around like a blue-ass fly 24/7 going, oh, stressed, I'm good, so busy, I don't have time to rest, then we're not doing it right. No. Because if you're running around like a blue-ass fly and getting everything like really busy and having no time to rest, think back to the battery analogy. If that battery is depleted because you are not getting the time you personally need to rest, and that's different for everyone. Some people need 8 hours sleep. Some people need no sleep. Some people need coffee. Some people don't. Some people live on sugar. Some people don't. Some people reset by walking around the garden in the bare feet on the grass. Excuse me. Some people reset by spending 5-10 minutes chatting to other people or being surrounded by people. Whatever boosts your battery is good for you. And it doesn't matter if it's not the same for somebody else, or if somebody else judges you for it, or anything like that. Not relevant. It's your body. You're an individual. It's your battery. It's your choice how you recharge it. And then once it's fully charged, or at least better charged than it was, you can then get on with your priorities and make a really good go of them and actually get done what you need to get done without burning yourself out and feeling like a complete waste of space because you missed 5 minutes. So that's the message I want to share with you tonight, that your energy comes first, because without your personal energy, nothing on your to-do list is getting done well, full stop, regardless. Doesn't matter what anyone says. You'll get it done, but it won't be to the best of your ability. And then you need to prioritize. So what really will make the difference? What matters this week? Use the Eisenhower matrix. Important, urgent, do now, Important, not urgent, schedule. Urgent, not important, delegate. Not important, not urgent, delete it. It's not worth it because it's not going to help you. And it takes up time that you could be doing something that is urgent and is important, that is actually going to make the difference. So use the Eisenhower matrix and then prioritize and then focus on one thing at a time. That's how you get the best things done. Prioritizing and laser focus on one thing. Nothing else is going to be forgotten. It's written down. It's on the list. So don't worry about it. Okay? Thank you for joining me this evening, especially if you are also watching the England in the background. I'm sure I will find out later what the score is, and I will be kept up to date by the screaming neighbours, which is awesome because everyone's enjoying themselves. And I will see you next week. So thank you very much. This is Jay from Rethink Your Perspective, sharing tips and tricks to make Wednesday feel less like a hump day and more like the start of the rest of the week. So have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.